Made a couple of videos about Easyworship7, I could link it up with vMix, OBS, and Prism Live. And in today's video, I want to show you how to create a custom lower third for your scripture on the Easyworship7 software. If you find this video interesting, remember to give the video a thumbs up. First thing you're going to do is to go ahead and open the Easyworship7 software. You could go over to your browser and download any type of background you want to use. Now, it doesn't have to be lower third, just a full screen background that you want to make use of, or you want to convert to lower third rather. Just search for background and then over to here. Just any background at all you feel comfortable with. Be full screen, can be anything at all. Okay, so let's pick this one. I click on it, then save the image. So let's download this. And once you already downloaded the background you want to use, on the Easyworship7 software, go over and click on media and go over to images. On the images here, click on this plus icon down here. This plus icon there, click on that and import the new image that we've just downloaded. Click on open, and this is our new image here on the screen. Place your mouse on the image, right click, and you're going to see copy to themes and select scripture themes. The next thing you're going to do, click on the themes again. You're going to see the new themes that we just imported. Right click on that and then go over to edit scripture themes here. This is how it's going to look like by default. You have the text and also the background here. Now go over to the inspector tool here. Click on that. Go over to background. On the background here, you're going to see the fill style. Click on it and then put it on none. Very important. Put it on none, and that will remove the image. Don't worry, we're going to bring it back again. Now close this window, position your text, go over to media again, click on this media tab again, then over here select image, not video, and bring back the background again. This is the background here. If you take a look at the screen, the background is covering the text. Click on the text rather, and then click on the arrange tab here and you see move up. Move it up. Let's just move the text by the side here. Click on the background again and then go over to inspector. Click on this inspector now, and then over here go over to media. Now you're not clicking on background again. Go over to media. Now on this media here, you see the aspect ratio here. Put it on stretch and can reduce the opacity, but let's leave it as 100 once we are done, and then reduce the opacity. Click on the background again and hold the shift key on your keyboard. This will reduce it, reduce it, reduce it, reduce it. Just place it where you want it to be. Okay, want it to be. Hold the shift key again on your keyboard and stretch it. Stretch this and use it depending on where you want it to be on. Now click on the text again. Let's reduce the text again also as well. Position it where you want the text to be on. Once you're okay with the positioning, go over to the title here and you could name it anything you want. And once you're done, click on OK. On the new lower third that you just created, right click on it and you could see set as default scripture themes. If you want to use it as your default scripture themes, click on this set as default scripture themes. Remember, place your mouse on the new theme you've created, right click, and then you're going to see set as default scripture themes. Click that. Now, how do you project this to vMix and OBS? Over to this edit button here at the top left, click on options here. On the options here, click on live here, and you're going to see the output monitor. On the output monitor, click on it and set it on NDI stream. Click on the NDI stream and you're also going to see the output format. Click on the output format here and you could set it on any resolution you want to make use of. For me, I use the 1280 by 720. Click on that and click on OK. Once you're done, here, pop this up. Go over to OBS. We're also going to take a look at vMix once we are done with the OBS. On the sources here, click on this add button here and then go over to NDI. Click on the NDI. Let's name this Bible 7. Click on OK. And over here on the source name, click on that. You're going to see Easyworship7 Live. And once you selected that, click on OK, and this is how it's going to look like. Now you can reposition this where you want it to be. Now, if you don't like the positioning of the Bible and you also want to increase the opacity of the background, how do you re-edit this? Open the Easyworship 7 software and then go over to Themes. On the Themes here, you're going to see the new theme that you just created. Right click on it, then go over to Edit Scripture Theme. Click on the Edit Scripture Themes, and then over here, just shift the text at the top, click on the background, and go over to Inspector here. Now on the Inspector, go over to Media, and from here you could increase the opacity to 5, depending on whichever number you want to use. Okay, let's put this one at 55, and then once you're done, close this. And if you want to increase the size of the background, hold the Shift key on your keyboard, just move this up a bit. Here, move it a bit, then bring down the scripture and increase the size of the text. This is how it's going to look like. And once you're comfortable with it, click on OK. And go over to your scripture tab here and pop any Bible verse you want to use. If you open the OBS software, just turn this on again, this is how it's going to look like. You could increase the size and you could also decrease the size as well. You see here. So any scripture you are popping here will show. So even if you're popping in a long scripture, this is how long the length scripture is going to look like. If you want to break the scriptures, you don't want to display the whole thing on the lower third, you want to break it. Now, how can you also do that? Open the Easyworship 7 software, then go over to the edit button here. And once you're here, go over to scripture here. On the scripture, you notice that I have the yellow button as the reference here and also the white as the scripture. Now, if you want to set a different color for the two of them, click on the scripture font, and then you can also set the color that you want to use. Click on the reference font, and you can also set the color that you want to use as the reference. And if you want to align it to the center, to the right, you could also do that on the alignment here. Then once you're done, remember, you don't want to display the whole scripture on the lower third. You want to break it into smaller sizes. You just click on this break on new verse here, and that will break that for you. So I want the whole thing to be displayed, and that is why I did not take it. Over here, you see, that's how it's going to look like. Now, if you also want to use it on vMix software, it's still the same thing. All you have to do, let me just minimize this as well. Open the vMix software on your PC. Once the vMix software is up already, click on the add inputs, and from here, go over to the NDI and desktop caption. Here, you're going to see the Easyworship live here. Click on OK, remove the audio, and this is how it's going to appear. Okay, so you could decrease and could also increase the size as well. And this is how to create your own custom lower third scripture on the Easyworship 7 software.